Hey guys, it's Robin. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I have got my quarterly non-Scentsy related video. This is just life favorites. So every season I do a video of just things that I've come across this season or things that I've been using this season a lot that I'm really enjoying. So this is all stuff I've just gotten myself and come across in my travels that I thought other people might want to know about. So this is just stuff that I've come across that I've either found really useful, really fun, really helpful, or really enjoyed this season. I have a few other videos. I started this last spring, so I have a spring, summer, and now we have the fall favorites. Everything in the last two videos, like the spring and the summer favorites, I'm still using most of that stuff, like almost all of it, with the exception of like my garden hose because it's snowing now. But like all of the other stuff in those videos, like the beauty stuff and like the household stuff, I still use all those things all the time. So those are still relevant. So this stuff doesn't necessarily change and completely get different every season. It's just stuff that I've come across or been enjoying this season in particular. So if you do want to go back and watch the previous life favorite videos, those are all still relevant. I still use all of those things all the time. So I have kind of a category system here. We have the home category. So this is stuff for my home or in my home that I have found useful this season. And the first thing I have here is our smart lights. I didn't purchase these this season. I got these a couple of years ago. So I've been using them for a couple of years now. They are the Noma brand from Canadian Tire. I'm certain that there's different brands in the US and I'm certain that there's probably more selection there as well. But the Noma smart lights from Canadian Tire are what I have. And they are just like C9 sized light bulbs, like the standard large light bulbs for outdoor lighting, for like Christmas lights and that kind of thing. They change colors. So the bulbs themselves are clear. You have an app on your phone. I would show you what I'm filming on my phone right now. There's an app you download. You can customize each light bulb of each strand if you want, or they have pre-programmed settings. You can make them flicker, twinkle, go through different light shows. You can do all kinds of things with them on the app. And I just love those seasonally. So in the fall is when we start to use them. I make them orange for Thanksgiving. I now have them as purple and orange for Halloween. You can make them purple, orange, and green, purple, orange, and yellow, whatever you want. You can make them twinkle or flash or whatever you want to do. I just have them steady right now. There's a timer built in, so I really like the timer feature because as it starts to get darker earlier and earlier, I can move that timer up on the app really easily. So if it starts to get dark at 4 in a few weeks from now, I can move it from 5 to turn on to like 4 to turn on. You can also adjust the end time, so like at the holidays, I usually have them turn off around like 11 p.m. when we go to bed, but then as we get closer to Christmas, I might leave them on till like 12 or 1 a.m., just depending on how close we are to the holidays. So I do like the timer feature on the app, the lights themselves, and the fact that you can customize the themes. I also make them go like clear, like flashing, glittery kind of feature for like New Year's. Then for Valentine's Day, I do purple and red. And then for Easter is kind of the last time I use them for the season. And we do like pink, purple, green, and blue, like pastel. And then after that, it's like light in the evenings, so I don't have them on anymore. But yeah, I usually turn them on for the first time of the season in early October. And so that's when I make them orange or orange and white. And I just like how easy it is to change the lights. Like even during the holiday season, I'll go red, green, and white, and then I'll just go all different colors, and I'll go traditional colors. Then I'll just go clear sometimes. You can just customize it to what you want, even on a daily basis if you want to. It's really fun to play with, and we've really enjoyed it. So I do like that. Sometimes I let my daughter pick the colors. There's like a slider, so you can literally adjust each bulb to the exact shade you want it to be. It's actually really, really cool. So that is the Noma Smart Lights. As far as installation, they're fairly easy to hook up to your internet. They just connect to your Wi-Fi in your house. Yeah, the only thing that does happen occasionally is they will come disconnected and then they just kind of go rogue and do their own thing. So you have to go outside and like unplug them a few times to reset them and reinstall them. That happens like once or twice a season. So there's always that. But like other than that, they've been really good. I would definitely recommend them. I would definitely repurchase them if something happened to mine. So that is the smart lights. So holiday smart lights. Mine are from Canadian Tire. If you are in the US, I'm sure there's different brands or different types of things like that on the market. But really, really fun, especially if you're into holiday decor. I'm a big holiday decoration person, so I like being able to keep the same lights up on my house and on my trees outside and just kind of control it from my phone and change them seasonally. So that is something I really, really have been enjoying and would recommend. Next up is something I just added last minute because it's something I just got about a week and a half ago. That is my air fryer. So I didn't hop on the air fryer train for a long time because I was like, I have a convection oven. Do I really need an air fryer? Is it going to be just a gimmick that kind of takes up space in my kitchen? And so far, no. So far, this has been like saving us a ton of money on takeout and things like that, because it just takes like less than half an hour to make dinner. I can make like roasted carrots and chicken breasts and rice in under half an hour. And so that's like a nice, healthy, nutritious meal for my family in less time than it would take to go to a drive-thru and come home. So really been enjoying that. I got the Ninja dual basket air fryer. I'll put a picture here of mine. And that leads me into the next thing. So before we get to that, the air fryer itself, the thing I like about this particular air fryer is the Ninja brand seems to be a fairly good brand. They have a few different styles of air fryers. I chose the dual basket because there are often times where I don't want to just make one thing. I want to make two things. So I will say the baskets are a little small. So I think if you were feeding more than 3 people, it would probably struggle. But you can put the same thing in both sides. It also has a thing where if you're cooking 2 different things at 2 different temperatures, they finish at the same time. So like the other night I did roasted carrots on the roast setting, and then I did chicken breasts on the air fry setting. And they took 2 different temperatures for 2 different lengths of time, but they finished at the same time because there's a smart finish feature on this particular air fryer. So that was really helpful, and things turn out really good. They're like crispy and delicious. And one thing I find, especially about like my oven, even the convection setting, is that you have preheating time, so that takes a while. That takes like up to half an hour sometimes. So that takes time. That is eliminated with the air fryer. With the air fryer, there's no preheating time. It just takes less time in general. So like I said, a chicken breast from frozen is like 28 minutes. If you have a chicken breast ready to go, it's even less than that. Chicken nuggets are like 15 minutes. Like it's quick, really, really quick. So I've been enjoying finding things to make in there and just different meal ideas. If you have air fryer recipe ideas that you want to share below, I would love to hear them. So drop those below if you have any must-have recipe ideas for your air fryer. Because again, I am late to the train on the air fryer. They have been popular for quite a long time, and I am just now hopping on that train. So I would say if you're on the fence and you think it might be helpful for your family, especially if you have a very busy life, this might be a good investment for you. The next thing, which leads me from the air fryer to this, is there's a website that has been one I've been using for years now, at least 5 years, and it is Camelcamelcamel.ca. The US one is Camelcamelcamel.com, and it's camel like the animal. The entire point of this website is it's an Amazon price tracker. So if you shop on Amazon ever, you need to try Camel. So if there's something that I want, but I don't need it right now, if I'm willing to wait a while for it, like the air fryer, I knew I wanted an air fryer. I wasn't needing one right this minute. I was willing to wait for a good deal. You can go in there, search for the air fryers you're interested in purchasing. So I searched for Ninja air fryers, and then I set up a price alert on several different ones. So then when Prime Day happened, it shows you the price history of an individual item. So you can search any item Amazon has. So any item that you want that Amazon has, you search it, find it, then when you bring up the listing, it will show you the price history of that item. So what's the highest price it's ever been? What's the lowest price it's ever been? When does it usually drop? So you can kind of get a sense of how often that price drop happens. And then you can set up a price alert. So you can put your email address in, so it will email you anytime that price hits the threshold you're willing to pay. So if you're wanting it sooner, you might want to pick a higher price threshold. If you want the best deal possible and you're willing to wait for it, you can put in like the very best low price that's ever been offered, and then it'll only email you when that very lowest price occurs. So there's been a whole bunch of things I've gotten that way. So even like Christmas gifts and things like that, if I know there's something I want to get someone, I'll put it in as a price alert, and then whenever it gets to that price, I order it because I know I'm getting the best deal at that point. So sometimes you have to wait, but in this case, the air fryer I wanted went on sale at the price I wanted for Prime Day. So that was a couple weeks ago. So I got it on Prime Day. Really, really enjoying it so far. But yeah, I've gotten vacuums that way. Anything that's like a bigger ticket item, I especially like to do that with. So Camel, I recommend. One other thing I have set up a price alert for on Camel is my daughter's vitamins. So we give her these immunity vitamins. These are just like a little daily vitamin. She's in school, and last year we were so sick all season. So I'm trying to head that off this year we're all taking immunity supplements. This is just a kid's vitamin. Immunity, it's got elderberry, acerola cherry, and zinc. Nothing crazy in it. It's just a little immunity vitamin. These are like $20 a bottle or $23 a bottle Canadian. that's kind of expensive. That's more than I want to pay, especially for like a daily product. These go on sale for like half off pretty often. So I saw that in the price history that these drop very often. So I just went in, set up a price alert for the very best price that's ever offered. And now every time this gets to that price, I order a couple bottles. And so then we always have them coming in at the best price possible. So that is just one way to save quite a bit of money, actually, in a really easy way. Just the things that you purchase often, go check the price history on Camel. If it's something that does drop relatively often, set up a price alert and then you're in business. So that is one thing. If you purchase an item, like, so now I have all these air fryer notifications set up. As they start to come in my email, I'll go in and just delete those price alerts so I don't get emails anymore from them. So if it's something you don't want anymore or something you've already purchased and don't need any more of, you can go in and delete the price alert and then you don't get alerts for that particular item anymore. So really handy that way. They never spam you. You don't get any promotional emails from Camel ever. It's just the ones that you specifically ask them to send you for a price drop. So I've loved that service. It's a free service. Like, it's just a free website. So I can't recommend it enough. I am not sponsored by them. They don't know I exist. I just have found myself saving a lot of money using that service. So highly recommend it. They do have it in Canada and the US for sure. I'm not sure about anywhere else. Next we have the food and drink section. So I had to include a Starbucks drink here because Starbucks and fall just kind of go together in my mind. It's not fall without Starbucks, and usually for me it's the pumpkin spice latte. This year I've really branched out in my Starbucks drinks. I've only had 1 or 2 pumpkin spice lattes all season. They have really upped their game with cold drinks, and so it's too cold now here for cold drinks anymore. But one thing I was really enjoying earlier this fall was the Starbucks Apple Crisp and Oat Shaken Espresso. It is a cold ice drink. It has like a nice, rich, robust espresso to it. The apple crisp is really nice, and I like that it's oat milk as well. So I just like oat milk in general. So the apple crisp and oat milk shaken espresso was a favorite of mine all season. I had quite a few of those over the season and really enjoyed them. The other thing that some people had recommended in one of the videos where I had asked people's favorite Starbucks drinks, lots of people were saying they liked the pumpkin cream cold brew. Yes, that I got as well. It was amazing. I loved it. I found it too late in the season, so I only had one because it got too cold after that to be drinking iced drinks here. But I will absolutely seek out more of that next fall, and I might grab one if we have a warm day or something here or there. But the apple crisp and oat shaken espresso had to make my list for fall favorites because that is something that I've really, really enjoyed this season, and I think it was new this year. I could be wrong about that, but I really enjoyed it. The other thing that comes under the food and drink category is a recipe. Now, I was going to just put my slow cooker in here because crock pots in general and fall just go together in my mind. I have no particular crock pot recommendation. I have several crock pots. I've got a few different ones, different sizes, different features. The old school like 80s and 90s ones are amazing. They're like the nice low and slow heat. Some of my new ones seem to get quite hot actually, but I like them all. I have the like original crock pot brand. The crock pot brand seems to be my favorite, but it doesn't really matter. Any slow cooker I highly recommend for fall and winter. A recipe that I particularly like in the fall and winter is taco soup. So this is a very easy, quick recipe that I usually do on weeknights. It's usually a snowy or very rainy day type meal for us. So what you do is you defrost some chicken breasts. I usually use 2 chicken breasts. Put those in the crock pot. Dump in a liter of no sodium added chicken broth. And then a jar of pasta sauce of your choice, like a tomato based pasta sauce. Ragu, whatever you got, like literally just a jar of pasta sauce. Then a packet of taco seasoning. I use Old El Paso. Any packet of taco seasoning, usually low sodium is what I go with, is good. And then frozen corn. Use your eyes and your heart to measure that. I don't know. I just use like maybe a cup and a half or so. Like I just dump it until it looks about right. And then lid on and simmer it. Just low for 8 hours. And it's so good. So you have the taco seasoning. There's not much in it. Chicken breasts, taco seasoning, pasta sauce, chicken broth, corn. 5 things. And then at the end, shred your chicken, put the chicken back in, and then it's just soup now. Then shred some cheese, cheddar or marble is what I use. And then you could use corn chips, but I use like Tostitos, like the tortilla chips. Just plain tortilla chips, low salt if you have it. But yeah, tortilla chips and cheese on top, so good. Lots of people add like jalapeños. Oh, and there's beans too. Sorry. There are kidney beans in this as well. So a can of kidney beans go in at the very beginning too with the other stuff. Yeah, I rinse them first. And then, yeah, at the end, you shred your chicken and then you scoop it up into bowls and then you put on some shredded cheese and you crunch on some tortilla chips. And it is the best, most hearty, melty, delicious soup. It's so good. Something about melted cheese in a soup, it just gets all like, it like strings into the bowl and it just, oh, it's perfect. So good. Not a healthy meal particularly, but a delicious one and a very comforting, nice one for a rainy day. And it's a nice low effort one. You can throw it together on your lunch break or throw it together in the morning. And then when you come home, it's basically ready except for shredding the chicken and grating some cheese. It's one of my favorites. It's a staple for us. We make it a few times a year. It's wonderful. Next up, we have personal care. So this is just kind of like all kinds of stuff. This is probably the biggest category this particular season. And again, I don't try to force things into categories. Like if I don't have anything for a category, we just don't do that category this season. But this particular season, a lot of things were in the personal care category. So first thing was Bath and Body Works Together Weather. This is a new scent this season. I have it in body scrub and I have it in the shower gel here. This one, I didn't think I was gonna like. I saw it in the store and I was like, doesn't look like my kind of scent, but I smelled it and it's very much my kind of scent. It is lovely. This is sweet. It's almost got like a wee hint of citrus, but it's mostly a cuddly, cozy scent. I would say vanilla based. I would also say there's probably some rose in here. Definitely florals, maybe rose, but it's soft and cuddly, kind of along the lines of like Scentsy's Cozy Cardigan, or maybe even Cashmere and Corduroy. If you like those types of scents, I think you really need to try Together Weather from Bath and Body Works. I love this. I will stock up on more of this before it goes away for the season. Love that. And I'm loving the scrub and the shower gel, so highly recommend that. The other thing I'm using right now that I always use this time of year in the fall and winter is Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb Perfume. It is a perfume, like I think they only make perfume, by Viktor and Rolf. It looks like a hand grenade, but it's pink. They have a men's cologne too that's lovely. My husband wears that one. But the perfume is what I've been wearing for years now in the fall and winter, and I love it. It's like, it's floral, but it's sweet and pretty and just very nicely done. Very nicely done. It's never overpowering. It's never a headache scent for me. So I just love that one. It is very pricey, like very pricey. Sephora, probably Ulta would have it as well, but Sephora has it for sure. I would recommend buying holiday sets when you can. So this is the time of year when I seek out more of that perfume because you can get like the mini sprays with like a mini bonus one attached to it for the same price. So holiday sets are your friend. And now Viktor and Rolf has several different variations on Flower Bomb now. I like the original one. That is the one that I personally always get. They have a couple other nice ones too in that line, but I just like the old school original Flower Bomb. That is my favorite. So if you're looking for a nice fall winter fragrance, even if you don't typically like floral scents, because I don't typically, this is a beautiful one. So highly recommend smelling that next time you're in a Sephora store. Next up we have NCLA Sugar Scrub. I got this in my FabFitFun box. I think that's one of the only places you can get it if you're in Canada. If you're in the US, NCLA does have a website. Their things are fairly pricey, but if you get this through the FabFitFun box, it's very, very discounted. So I do have a FabFitFun subscription, so I got this very, very discounted at like a steal. It was like $20 or something like that. So Hey Sugar, this is the pumpkin spice body scrub. The thing I like about this particular body scrub is the smell, for one. It smells like classic traditional pumpkin spice. I'm going to show you the inside because that's the texture. I don't have a whole lot left, but it's whippy. It's like whipped and it's just scrubby enough. It's quite scrubby, but it also kind of emulsifies in the shower quite nicely. It just has the perfect texture in the water. So like if you rub it on damp skin, it does emulsify, but also stay kind of scrubby. It's the perfect texture in the shower. So I like what they've done with the scrub. This is one of the best scrubs I've ever used. And I've used quite a few scrubs. I really like this. The scent is okay. The scent I'm getting kind of tired of because we're getting towards the end of fall and this is pumpkin spice. I'm enjoying it. I would purchase it again next fall if I could. And I have purchased more of this scrub in different scents for the holidays as part of an add-on to my winter FabFitFun box. So the Hey Sugar Scrub, exfoliating all natural body scrub by NCLA Beauty, is a favorite this season. So yeah, that is 8.8 ounces or 250 grams. It's a nice size. I would say good size medium tub. So I've really been enjoying that. Highly recommend the scrubs there. The next thing is a find that I made just early this fall. So quite a while ago now. I've been using these items for quite a while. So I have been using for like 10 years Beauty Blender sponges. They are like $30 Canadian each, and you go through a few of them per year. So that's a lot of money per year on sponges, like makeup sponges. I was getting kind of tired of that and thought, this is ridiculous. There's so many dupes for this out now. There's got to be one that's good. I did go searching for a dupe a few years ago, and I found all of the ones that people were recommending. I didn't find them the same texture. I am very finicky with this sponge. Like, it has to puff up the same way a Beauty Blender does. A Beauty Blender, when you squeeze it underwater, doubles in size. And that's part of the texture thing with that. It just does a nice job. These are a dupe. So this is Paw Paw Wonder Blender Super Soft. It comes in a 6-pack for like $30 Canadian. So about the same price as one Beauty Blender, you get 6 of them. And I think they're even less than that in the US. I think they're very, very inexpensive in the US. Amazon is where I got mine. I think in the US you can probably get these other places as well. But these are nice. They feel the exact same. They're exact same shape and size as a Beauty Blender. They puff up the same way. They put makeup on the same way. They're smooth the same way. They are a great dupe for the Beauty Blender. So if you're tired of paying Beauty Blender prices, I would highly recommend the Paw Paw makeup sponge. And if you're not familiar with Beauty Blenders, I still highly recommend the Paw Paw makeup sponge. So these are great. This was a great find. So I'm glad I came across these. These are what I'm going to purchase for the foreseeable future for makeup sponges. And I probably won't need to buy any more for quite a while because I have 6 of them. So these are latex free if that matters to you. You can use them wet or dry. They expand when wet. They're hypoallergenic and have super soft, squishy, bouncy technology. So there's that. The last item in this category is a product that was sent to me by my friend Sarah in New Zealand in one of our swaps. This is the Antipodes or Antipodes. I'm not sure how you pronounce this brand name. It looks like Antipodes, but I think it's like Antipodes or something like that. It is the Deliverance Cowhide Flower Hand Cream. It's got avocado oil, sweet orange, and cedarwood. And this is from New Zealand grown avocado oil and golden cowhide. I'm not sure how you say that. This smells like straight up orange oil, like orange essential oil. It's very bright and uplifting. And this stuff is wonderful. So it's let me just get this back on here. It's like a thinner consistency, but not overly thin. It's a nice medium consistency, I would say. It rubs right in nicely, but this like actually like heals your skin. So the other hand cream that I've been using a lot lately is Scentsy. I will not purchase any more Scentsy hand cream, I don't think, at this point, because what I've found is that Scentsy hand cream contains alcohol, which on the benefit makes it very fast drying. It makes it powdery to the touch almost immediately, but it also is very drying. So when I'm putting on hand cream, I need it, like, it's dry where I live. It's cold, it's dry, I get cracked hands. I need it to actually work. And the alcohol I'm finding is actually drying my hands out more in the winter. So I think I'm done with Scentsy hand cream, at least in the fall, winter. In the summer, I can get away with it, but in the fall, winter, I actually need like a non-alcohol based hand cream. And this is amazing. So I'm really, really loving this Antipodes Deliverance hand cream. It's lovely. And again, it smells like fresh orange oil. It's just lovely. And it makes my hands like even look better like instantly. They're like smooth and like less cracky and scaly. So I really like this stuff. Lovely. So thank you, Sarah. I did take a peek. I didn't see this particular hand cream available in Canada or in US, but there is this brand of hand cream available at various different like import retailers throughout Canada and the US. So if you're looking for this brand, you can find it through various websites in North America, but I didn't see this particular hand cream, the Deliverance one, but really enjoy this. So that's a winner. If you do live in Australia or New Zealand, you can probably find that pretty readily available. And then under the kids category, I just have the one thing, and that is the vitamins I talked about earlier. These are just a kids immunity vitamin from the brand Olly. And this is 50 gummies. Your kid takes 2 of them a day. And it's just to help boost the immune system. So kids over 3, take 1. Kids 4 to 8, take 2. Take with food. It has vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and acerola cherry. So that's what's in there. It just kind of boosts your immune system a little bit. My daughter likes the way these taste. They're probably not super healthy. I think they probably have sugar in them, but they seem to work. Like I have the adult version to the Olly Active Immunity. They're like a purple label, but just the adult version of this. They're also a gummy vitamin. When we were sick last year for like literally a month straight, we just got everything one after another. We got like COVID, and then we got the flu, and then we got like the stomach flu. It was just like a series of illnesses starting with COVID, and then we got everything for like a month. It was awful. The one thing that finally kicked it for us was these vitamins. Like about a week and a half after we started taking these, I don't know if it was just timing or if it was coincidence, but we did get better and we stayed better. So I would say these work, the Active Immunity adult ones and the kids ones. So I am kind of giving us these preemptively this season as we start into the cold and flu season. So yeah, I think they work, and at the very least they can't hurt. So that's what we've been using. And so far so good. We haven't been sick yet this year, so fingers crossed. Yeah. So those are my favorites for the fall season. So it's October now, so January will be my winter favorites. I guess I better mention then before, because the next one is going to be after Christmas. There's a couple Christmas podcasts I've been enjoying lately. There's a whole bunch of Christmas podcasts, actually. There's a few I've been listening to lately. There is the Seasons Eatings podcast, which is like the history of different holiday specific foods. So there's like different like types of Christmas cookies from all around the world they'll talk about. There's different like things like cinnamon and different spices that are associated with the holidays that they talk about. There's just like deep dive episodes on every different like ingredient and like international food for the holidays you can think of, and it's just really interesting from like an international perspective. So I've been enjoying that. The other podcast I've been enjoying is Christmas 365. And that is a podcast of a couple guys who just go through pop culture Christmas stuff. So like different Christmas episodes of things, like very 80s and 90s based. So like nostalgic stuff for like my generation. So just different like TV shows, Christmas specials, that sort of thing. They talk about them and review them. So just kind of fun. These are very lighthearted, just kind of fun to have on in the background while you're cleaning your house or something type podcasts. So yeah, I've been enjoying those. So I thought I would mention them now because the next time I do one of these favorites videos, it will be after the holidays. So I've been enjoying those podcasts all year round because I'm a Christmas fanatic. But I think as we get closer to the holidays, more people will enjoy them. So yeah, check out some Christmas podcasts. Those are just 3 ideas. But yeah, just search Christmas under podcasts on whatever app you use to listen to podcasts, and you should find some good ones. So yeah, thanks for hanging out and listening to my favorites. I would love to know some of your fall favorites below, especially if you have any air fryer recipes or different ideas on things that we should check out for fall and even like the holiday season as it's approaching. Would love to know your favorites for this time of year below. Thanks so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. See you later. Bye-bye.